Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining this morning, this Hundake. And I would like to ask Robert Grants to start with a prayer.
Thank you very much, Mary Jane. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, and please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parent and beloved true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, we would like to greet you and welcome you on this Central European morning devotion. And there are so many things, Heavenly Parent, if we look around us in our own families, in our own environment, in our own community, our countries in this world, so many things to pray for, so many things to offer devotions for. And Heavenly Parent, we would like to express our gratitude for this opportunity. We can gather every Monday together from this central region, from all these different countries with the same heart, so that we can offer this devotion to support each other, to support our region, and in the same time, of course, to connect to our worldwide providence. And just as we also heard yesterday, we heard so many times True Mother says, do not pray for her. But how can a child not pray for its parent? We really wish and desire from our hearts that she is healthy, that she is safe, and she can get home to her children as soon as possible. And we pray, Heavenly Parent, for both of the South Korean and Japanese governments to change their directions, to turn away from these evil, bad influences, and that our church, our community can continue work in both of these nations. And here in Europe, here in our own continent, yesterday was concluded the leaders meeting, all EUMI regions leaders meeting, with, we heard yesterday, with great results, great takeaways. And we sincerely pray, Heavenly Parent, that this can be all realized, that truly our movement can be revived, rejuvenated. We pray that many young people really take responsibility, even though it's difficult, it's challenging, but that they can overcome, and stepping really on that foundation that all the first generation, all the pioneers have laid, that the next generations can really stand up and take responsibility for you, Heavenly Parent, for true parents, to truly move forward your providence here also in Europe. Now we would like to invite you here, a reading about true parents' providence, about true parents' lives in the Hundake, and also to offer together our joint prayers really for this week, together with my brothers and sisters present here, attending Holy Mother Hanin. My name, Robert, comes from blessed family. Achu.
Thank you for the opening prayer. Now let's listen to a song which title is Refiner. And I heard this song 2 months ago, first time, when I was on the Empower workshop helping out, and there was a worship night. And at that time, the song was emotional, but I didn't really understand that how God is how Heavenly Parent is our refiner. And then I found a quote. There's a lot of quote in the Bible, like Malachi chapter 3, verse 3. He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver, and that silversmiths actually has to put the silver in the middle of the fire to the hottest spot to melt the impurities away, and the silversmith has to sit there to keep a very close eye on it so it doesn't get damaged. And silver is only fully refined when you can see your image in it. Like, God is always there, Heavenly Parents is always there looking at us, keeping a close eye, and wants us to become His image. So I hope we can listen to this song with this mindset.
If the altar's where you meet us, take me there, take me there. If you're looking for an offering, it's right here. My life is here. I'll be a living sacrifice for you. You're a fire, the refiner. I wanna be consumed. I wanna be tried by fire, purified. You take whatever you desire. Lord, here's my life. I wanna be tried by fire, purified. You take whatever you desire. Lord, here's my life. If your glory wants to come in, let it fall. We want it all. Lord, your fire is consuming. Fill this place, set it ablaze. I'll be a living sacrifice for you. You're a fire, the refiner. I wanna be consumed. I wanna be tried by fire, purified. You'll take whatever you desire. Lord, here's my life. I wanna be tried by fire, purified. You take whatever you desire. Lord, here's my life. So clean my hands, purify my heart. I wanna burn for you, only for you. Take my life as a sacrifice. I wanna burn for you, only for you. Oh, clean my hands, purify my heart. I wanna burn for you, only for you. Oh, take my life as a sacrifice.
I hope you enjoyed the song. And next, we will read our Hundoke. I would like to ask Sarah Chuka to read it, and then Nora Grants to comment on it.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Right, let's start reading together The Value of True Parents in Heaven's Providence. Chapter 4, True Mother, the only begotten daughter born for the first time after 6,000 years. While leading a devout Christian life, True Mother's father, Hang Sun Taponim, was one of the earliest members of Pastor Lee Young-do's New Jesus Church, established in 1933, where Taponim served as the Director of Education at the Central Training Center. Because of his deep faith, he was entrusted with overseeing the education programs at the New Jesus Church under the guidance of Pastors Lee Young-do and his successor Lee Ho-bin, who took over after Lee Young-do's early death from tuberculosis. Hansungon Tabonim and Hongsun Tabonim, the parents of the only begotten daughter, met through Heavenly Parents' guidance while both were leading devout religious lives at the New Jesus Church. They were married on March 5, 1934, with Pastor Lee Ho-bin, the spiritual leader of the New Jesus Church, officiating the ceremony. At the time, Pastor Lee Ho-bin testified to having received a revelation that if this virtuous man and woman marry and have a daughter, she will become the queen of humankind. Meanwhile, just as Mary had received a revelation 200 years earlier about her conceiving Jesus, Demonim received a special revelation from heaven before her marriage about the birth of the only begotten daughter. Rejoice, daughter of Hyung-il-yu, if your child is a son, he will become the king of the universe, and if a daughter, she will become the queen of the universe. Through this family, Heavenly Parent confirmed and blessed the birth of the only begotten daughter, who would become the bride at the marriage supper of the Lamb. Demonim and Debonim had met and married while leading devout religious lives at the New Jesus Church, and they continued to prioritize their religious life over family life even after marriage. According to the customs of that time, Hongson Debonim should have left home to follow her husband, who was a school teacher. However, she continued to live with her mother, Joan Mo, and dedicated herself to a life of faith to welcome the Messiah at the second coming. Respecting her fervent faith, Demonim did not object to Demonim's way of life. After 8 years of marriage, Demonim conceived a baby and offered devotions with prayer to raise this precious child according to heaven's will. Finally, on the 6th day of the first month by the lunar calendar in 1943, at 20 January Anjugun, South Pyongyang Province, Han Hagja, the only begotten daughter whom heaven had longed for throughout the 6,000 years Providence, was born. Her father, Hansungun Dabonim, had a vision of two cranes playing together in a dense pine forest bathed in clear, beautiful sunlight. So he chose the name Hagja, crane child, for his new daughter. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, for reading. And good morning, everyone. I would like to share some thoughts on the Hunduke that we just read about True Mother's birth and the circumstances surrounding her parents. So first, I would like to highlight some similarities between the birth of True Mother, the only begotten daughter, and the birth of Jesus Christ, the only begotten Son, since the Hunduke already mentions True Mother's mother, Demonim, receiving a revelation very similar to Mary, Jesus' mother, before True Mother's birth. And there's actually many other similarities between their circumstances. So first of all, I would like to start with them, meaning Jesus and True Mother, both having very religious parents and born into families with God-centered values and living religious lives, which is a must, seeing that God wanted both Jesus and True Mother to be raised up according to certain values. And of course, as I already mentioned, the revelations that True Mother's mother and Jesus's mother received, not just them, but also their fathers, actually. The Hundeke ends with this mentioning of Debonim, True Mother's father, receiving a revelation about, or like this dream about cranes dancing, and that's how True Mother got her name. Also, Joseph received a revelation from an angel about what he should name his child. And that's not where the revelations end. Of course, the Hundeke also mentions Li Hobin receiving this revelation about Daimonim having a child who is a princess of heaven, and also people around Jesus, right? When he was born, these shepherds and the 3 wise men who visited the nativity, they also received revelations from angels about the divine fate of Jesus. And also, they were both born into pretty humble families and humble backgrounds, right? Joseph was a carpenter, and True Mother's father was a teacher, and so they had to grow up in families learning to basically just like not necessarily living a life that would be fitting of like a princess or a prince of heaven, and just starting from the bottom. But what makes a really big difference is what came after their birth, right? So, for example, Mother had the right support system growing up as the only begotten daughter. She had her mother, she had grandmother Jovomo to really always be supporting her in her life of faith journey, and always be there for her to remind her that she's how valuable she is, not just as herself, but also as a daughter of God. But for Jesus, sadly, Mary and his father Zechariah wasn't able to fulfill their missions as people surrounding Jesus to support him. And I would like to conclude by just saying how grateful we can all be for the people around True Mother, because it really wasn't an easy life to live, being the mother or just like being this helper of the only begotten daughter. And like looking back on history, I really wish circumstances could have been better and more befitting of this daughter and also the son of God, the only begotten daughter and the only begotten son. But maybe this is really what made them who they are. And that's how True Mother learned to be so mature and generous and kind-hearted and humble, because that's what she saw was missing in the world, right? Even before meeting True Father, she wanted to be a nurse in this time of war. And later on too, she's always been embodying these characteristics that she saw the world needed. Yes, that's what I would like to share about today's Hundeke. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing. It was really insightful. And now let us start the 7 minutes prayer, and then Beata Horvat will be giving the closing prayer for it.
Please join me in a prayer. Dear Heavenly Parent, we are really thankful that we could gather here, that we could really open this day with a morning devotion, open this week with this. And we all hope really that you could be here with us and you could really feel our love towards you. Our efforts to really invite you to our everyday's life, to be with you every day, and that really, like this, you could be with us every day. And really, we would like to work for your will and for the whole world, because Heavenly Parents, sadly, there are so many problems in this world, and we would like to really pray for them to be solved, for all the wars to be stopped, and finally for the world to be peaceful, to be the way you would like it to be. We'd also really like to pray for True Mother, because now she's in a difficult situation, and really she doesn't deserve how they treat with her. And we would like to really pray for the people who misunderstand her, to really finally recognize her as your daughter, Heavenly Parent, for them to understand that they should treat her differently, with respect. And really, I would like to pray for True Mother, for her health, for her strength to really be able to endure this hardship now, for her to really feel that we are with her and we support her, for really that she could go home soon and really rest, because she needs it for her health. And yeah, we would really like to just offer this morning devotion for the whole week, for everything out there in the world. And we would really like to offer this to you, to be able to invite you to today and for the whole week, and really just trying to be your faithful sons and daughters. I hope you can really feel it, and really thank you for this spiritual food for today that we could get. And I really hope that everybody can think about these. And I would like to offer my prayer with gratitude in my heart, attending Holy Mother Han in my name of Beata Horvat, member of Blessed Family, Haju.
Thank you for your prayer, Beata. And now I would like to invite Dieter Smith and Anna Smith to share a few words with us.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning, and thank you so much for this morning devotion. You prepared so well. Thank you, Robert. You really got a very, very beautiful team with Mary Jane, Sarah, and Nora, and Beata. Thank you so much. We had really a very important and quite amazing weekend in Prague. But maybe you want to share some more.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good morning. Yeah, it's true. That was a very touching devotion, and also reminding us that so much support was there for True Mother when she was born. And so she was able to go over these difficulties. Now, as we know, she is in the detention center, and I really feel the Korean society, the leadership, the president need our prayers, because this is really on a national level. This can decide the future, of mankind in a way. So really very serious time. And so in this time, like Anna said, we had a very hopeful meeting in Prague. Anna and I, we were not there. It was feeling, frankly speaking, not easy not to be there physically, but spiritually we tried. And yeah, there may be one important thing. I'm sure most of you were present online, and you could see that 5 of our national leaders are going to step down. I say it like this because they are still, of course, the national leader, but the process of finding the successor has now really declared and should be fully going on. So, in that sense, we need to really pray, especially in these nations, because as you know, the national director or national leader is very, very important. As you know, God, God has always proven to work through central figures. So, in that sense, please pray for these 5 nations. At the same time, which are Poland and Austria. Austria is already maybe quite secure, and then Slovakia, Slovenia, and Liechtenstein. So in that sense, yeah. But the other thing I wanted to emphasize, I think we were all quite touched by the sermon of our international headquarter director, Reverend Ken Do, who really asked us to, yeah, to love ourselves, to find healing, to find the missing piece, which is true love, or also is the understanding of our beloved true mother. So in that sense, I think that was a very important takeaway for maybe most of us, but for us, me especially. So in that sense, I want to really encourage you that we concentrate on this, missing piece, which is to really free our own hearts so that love can flow through us. And this will happen when we connect to the heart of our Heavenly Parent, our true parents, and now on earth, on true mother. So in that way, very blessed week for you. Stay healthy, hopeful, and powerful, and let's march forward. Thank you. Back to you,
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. Yeah, Mary Jane, where are you? Here you are. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your insights from the weekend. And let's move forward to this week with your guidance, what you just told us. Everybody have a nice week.
Thank you, Mary Jane.
Thank
you
you,
all.
Mary
Thank
Jane.
you all.
Thank
For
you.
all of you.
Thank
Have
you.
a great
Have a good week.
Bye. Have a nice
Have a
week.
great week.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
See you next
Bye.
week.
Have a nice,
Um,
blessed week.
Thank you.
I wish everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye.
Bye.